Sunday sees us take on the start of leg 2 of the Ocean Race Europe, and this is going to be a really awesome one too. Particularly because we're going to have nice conditions, good strong wind, and starting off on the boat and the crew's favorite orientation, which is of course downwind with the big spinnaker. We will head out of Cascais around the Cabo de São Vicente, the bottom corner of Portugal, and then start heading across the Bay of Cadiz. And this is where it starts to get interesting. And there's going to be a transition zone between the wind from the anticyclone offshore and then another high-pressure anticyclone zone in the Mediterranean. Basically, those two systems are going to butt up into each other, which leaves sort of no wind. And so as we transition from one to the other, there'll be a light wind section, and then we start to get into the thick of the action, which is going to be our passage through the Straits of Gibraltar. And Gibraltar is a pretty cool place, particularly the Straits, because you've got high mountains on the European side, you've got the massive Atlas Mountains on the Moroccan side, and then you've got all of this wind that's trying to channel in this way. And basically what happens is it blows like a straw. And you've got this really concentrated jet of wind that projects 50, 60 miles out into the Atlantic. And so as we come out of through the Bay of Cadiz and start touching this jet of really concentrated wind, then we'll work our way upwind into that jet, through the straits, which are only a couple of miles wide and full of half of the world's shipping. At this time, we also be filled with 25, 30, 35 knots of wind against us. And then we will be going through the straits with the tide with us. So that means you've got winds going one way, tide the other. That makes a frankly horrendous sea state. And so I hope that the only thing that goes wrong during that time is somebody loses their lunch. But otherwise it's going to be a little bit bumpy. Once through the straits, things calm down pretty quickly, and then it's basically an upwind leg all the way through the Alboran Sea, around Cabo de Gatos, Cabo de Palos. There are lots of capes that mark these waypoints that are going to be important as we continue this leg. And then once we finally make it in towards Alicante, then we've got potentially a bit of a tricky zone there. Again, light winds, again, a wind transition that should hopefully leave us finishing on the big sails again on the fast reach all the way into Alicante, the home, of course, of the Ocean Race.